Good morning, traders. Richard here, and quick Ichimoku cloud chart market review of the NASDAQ E-minis futures contract. The NASDAQ futures up 1.6% this morning so far, so good. The last update, we were looking at this resistance zone 21,550 at the bottom end of the cloud chart shadow, where we look back and look at previous resistance and support levels to see where they are now. And we're expecting a bit of a consolidation back down to the top end of this old cloud chart resistance zone, which has now been tested for new support. We got our rebound from that zone back above the turning line in the cloud, and now we could make another attempt at that resistance zone there, 21,550. If we manage to break past that resistance zone, look out for 21,766 and 21,910, and then the ultimate high there, 22,475 is the upside targets. If this resistance zone level holds, we can snap back to retest the turning standard line of the Ichimoku cloud. Sorry, it's the turning line of the Ichimoku cloud, and then we can retest that level. But there's downside risk on this particular chart, just purely from a Fibonacci retracement point of view, back down to this 23.6 zone. So we could see a consolidation back down to this zone here, as well as the top end of the front end of the cloud. And by that time, this standard line of the Ichimoku cloud would have picked up to that zone. But interestingly enough, the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement is runabout where the Ichimoku cloud standard line is. So that's a critical support zone. So that's the support zone for the entire quarter. So keep an eye on that. We could see a snapback then, and then for the rally to start again at that zone. But that's the downside risk targets. And if this current bull rally is under pressure, and if it gets to these support zones, and if we dip below the bottom in the cloud, then the market is going back down into bearish territory. But so far so good. Price action is back above the cloud since this gap up through the cloud chart resistance. So we now have a nice bull rally on the daily Ichimoku cloud. We've just got these old resistance levels to deal with, and we need to break past those zones. Let's take a look at the 4-hour. The 4-hour, note the resistance levels there we need to get through, so that's quite a significant resistance zone even on the 4-hour. We're now consolidating back down to the cloud chart support levels. You can see we tried to get as low as the front end of the cloud here, but that's the bottom end of the cloud here is a critical support zone. But you can see how the front and bottom end of the front end of the cloud was tested in this consolidation. You can see we got back there, tried to rebound from there, and then dip below, then rebounded from that turning line of the Ichimoku cloud across the standard line. Now we're fighting this top end resistance zone, so the futures need to break past this top end cloud chart resistance zone and then make another attempt at that level. So if we get a breakout past that, then so far so good. Then we get then the rally is going to hit that upside target there. But if this resistance holds, we could come back to retest this cluster of support where the standard line and the turning line is converging, as well as the bottom end of the front end of the cloud. And if we get any kind of weakness in the market, we slice through this bottom end cloud chart, then we're back in bearish territory on the 4-hour Ichimoku cloud. So then we've got these downside targets to deal with. But watch out closely for a breakout past this top end cloud chart resistance. If we get that resistance zone, that activates the upside targets. If we don't get that breakout, and then we can consolidate back down to the bottom end of the front end of the Ichimoku cloud. But so far so good. Nice strong rally. The 4-hour Ichimoku cloud did give us plenty of swing trade opportunities from the cloud chart cross. This standard line rebound, you can see there, was quite significant, but now the rally got a little bit long in the tooth, and now it's consolidating back down to the cloud chart support zone on the 4-hour Ichimoku cloud. Turning to the weekly, just to have a really big perspective on the market. You can see there we had a nice strong rebound from this old support zone, broke through the cloud chart resistance, rebounded from the bottom end of the front end of the cloud, and now we've got that resistance level to deal with, which is kind of a significant resistance zone, because we can see these old, the length of the wicks here, that used to be a very big support zone. It can now become a very big resistance zone on this weekly Ichimoku cloud, but keep an eye on that. And then this top end of the Ichimoku cloud is a critical support zone, as as well as this bottom end of the front end of the Ichimoku cloud. So keep those levels in the back of your mind on the weekly Ichimoku cloud. Back to the daily. So far so good. Nice strong rebound from a cluster of alt cloud chart support zones. We're back above the turning line of the Ichimoku cloud, and now we just need to see a follow-up rally towards the bottom end of this resistance zone, this alt cloud chart resistance zones. So these are the upside targets: 21,550, 21,766, and 21,910. The upside resistance targets. Until next time, thanks for watching and happy cloud chart trading. Bye for now.